Look, I might drink a little more than usual today because, I don't know when this is airing, but this is a shit day because a guy who sat there, Charlie Kirk, got shot today.
Yeah.
And I can't stop thinking about it.
Neither can I.
And we shouldn't. And if you're on the other side of the political divide and you don't care because the wrong team guy got shot, you. You're what's wrong with this country.
That's political commentator and well-known liberal voice Bill Maher reacting live to the shocking news of Charlie Kirk's fatal attack. Even Maher couldn't ignore that this goes beyond politics. It shows how deeply America has been pulled into something darker. Welcome to my Chanel. I'm here to break it down, because Charlie Kirk's tragic death wasn't just the loss of one conservative leader. It marked a turning point, the moment people began to realize how toxic and dangerous the left's rhetoric has become. From college campuses to the halls of Congress, the conversation feels completely different now. And even Bill Maher, reluctantly, is starting to recognize that reality.
You know, they're the people who don't want to talk. It's my main issue with them. And Charlie Kirk was a guy who, he was always talking. And I talked to him here. You know, the right-wingers say what you want about them, but they talk to you. They're not into this leftist the left really has much more of a, I don't talk to you, I don't want to deal with you, you're deplorable, I can't break bread with you.
Yeah.
That attitude, and all the right-wingers, they don't have that attitude. Now, again, I didn't vote for them. And Charlie Kirk and I certainly don't agree on much politically. But he sat here, he's a human being, he's not a monster.
And a husband and a father.
Yes. And I liked him. I liked them all. They're all nice people when you meet them in person. And they're not as crazy as they would. Nobody's as crazy as they make them out to be. And we're never going to solve this unless it begins with both sides agreeing we both do it.
Charlie Kirk was a true fighter in the culture war. He wasn't some distant academic stuck in theory. He was a communicator who connected with young people by speaking direct, unapologetic truths. That's why he turned Turning Point USA from a small startup idea into a $95 million powerhouse with 3,500 chapters. Kirk played a massive role in helping young voters understand and embrace Trump's message, which boosted conservative support at the ballot box in the recent election. The left despised him for that success, especially because he got Gen Z to turn out, with youth voting jumping 15% in 2024. Instead of responding with better ideas, the left doubled down on cancel culture and even political violence. And now, Bill Maher of all people is finally calling out just how far that decline has gone.
But he was shot under a banner that said, "Prove me wrong," because he was a debater. And too many people think the way to do that, to prove you wrong, is to just eliminate you from talking altogether. So the people who mocked his death or justified it, I think you're gross, I have no use for you.
The fact is that what he made his living doing and what he actually did quite well, made himself really good at this, was just going and talking to people on the other side, and that's what he was killed doing. He was literally in the middle of answering a question and picked up the microphone and was shot in the throat. And we do have a serious problem in this country with people who believe that violence is the proper response to speech, and that does skew young. What the polls tend to show is that of Gen Z, only 58% of Gen Z believes that there is no excuse for violence in response to speech, meaning that 42% believe that there are some times that violence ought to be a response to speech, which is deeply terrifying. On a personal level, obviously, I have 24/7 security. I've had 24/7 security for a decade. I've spoken at a lot of college campuses. I never, honest to God, thought that we were going to get to this point. Even the assassination of political figures is not the same thing as just being shot in the throat for the crime of debating issues in the public square. And I thought wrong. I thought that that's not what America is or what it should be about. And we've come to someplace incredibly dark in our nation's history.
This is the part mainstream media doesn't want to admit. Polls show that the number of Democrats who openly say political violence against conservatives is justified has doubled compared to just 5 years ago. Charlie Kirk himself warned about this months before his death, writing on X, "The left's rhetoric is breeding killers." Tragically, his warning came true.
That's why I love to have people like Charlie Kirk sit there as he did, because I'm not going to agree with most of what he says.
Yeah.
First of all, he was very Christy and all that.
Yeah.
I'm an atheist, but it's okay. He's a human being and not a dummy. And unless people get it through their thick f***ing skulls, you're going to have to talk to people. Let me tell you something, Bill. We've had over 200 guests here sitting in that chair. I would guess at least a quarter of them say something that is full-on bonkers, in my view.
Okay.
You know, you just got to get over yourself and talk to these people. And for all those holes who are like, you know, I can't believe you talked to Trump. Okay, I'm not even going to go into why that's such a stupid opinion, but just where does it end? All right, I can't talk to him. Who's next? People who voted for him? Can I not talk to Joe Rogan?
Right.
Can't even talk to him. What about Sylvester Stallone? He's such a great guy. Stallone, Rocky. Really? I can't talk to him? Fuck off with this bullshit.
Yeah.
You know? So
Charlie Kirk wasn't only known for winning debates, he made the fight personal and human. Even Bill Maher admitted that Kirk was genuinely likable. And honestly, that was Charlie's biggest crime in the eyes of the left. He made conservatism attractive to young people. Since his death, Turning Point has exploded with 37,000 new chapter requests coming in. Erica Kirk's first speech afterwards set off another wave of momentum. While the left mocked and excused, everyday Americans came together. Charlie showed that you can be sharp, fearless, and still relatable. That's exactly why they tried to silence him. But I want to hear from you. Do you think Charlie Kirk's death revealed the left's real fear of open debate? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. It truly helps us grow. Until next time, thanks for watching.